my internet connection is a little bit slow. That's why it has taken this much time. Anyhow, meanwhile, I'll draw some few drawings. I'll be writing some few things. Okay. Uh, let me wait for other participants and let me check. Yeah, we have students are joining, and let me wait for a few more minutes, and then I'll start. Okay, fine, students. So I got a good count. Okay. 46 students joined. Okay, fine. So let me start the class. So we have discussed, okay, source. Who is source? Your button is nothing but it is your source. Okay. Button is a source which is going to generate an event. Okay, when a source generates an event, okay, this event will be notified to the listener. Okay, a listener will not be notified. This listener has to be registered with the source, and that's what you have done here. You see that button one is the source. Button one is my source. Is my source, and to this source, what I have done, I have registered the corresponding listener. I have registered the corresponding listener. Okay, so once the listener is notified, once the listener is notified about a particular event, what this listener has to do, the listener has to process the event. The listener has to process the event. How a listener can process the event? A listener will process the event by implementing methods. A listener will process the event by implementing the methods. Which method it needs to implement? It is going to implement the methods which is available in an interface. It is going to implement the methods which is available in the interface. It is available in the interface. Since the source is generating on-click event, since the source is generating on-click event, okay, on-click event, okay, I've implemented this on-click listener. It's very, very important, okay. With respect to the events, the corresponding listener will change. But with respect to our program, since the source is generating on-click event, so with respect to on-click event, I need to implement the methods. I need to implement the methods which is present in the interface called on-click listener. And this on-click listener is an interface which is present in a class called view. Okay, it is present in a class called view. Since on-click is an interface, we need to use a keyword called implements in Java. Okay, implements. I think these are all you might have studied in your code Java. Okay, so I'm implementing an interface called on-click. So once I implement this interface, and this on-click listener interface is having one important method called on-click. It has an important method called on-click. This is the method. This is the important on-click method. Okay. So using this on-click method, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to process the events. So how I'm going to process the event, and let us see now. Let us see now. Okay. So this is also Java code, student. This is also Java code. Don't get confused. This is also Java code. Okay. This is also Java continuation. At the end, I'll show the complete Java code. Okay. It is a continuation. Okay. Now, so with respect to our example, what you have taken button one. You have taken button one. So on button one, I'm trying to click. So when I'm clicking on button one, it's going to generate an event. It's going to generate an event. What event is going to generate? Is going to generate an event called on click. It's going to generate an event called on click. It's going to generate an event called on click. Once this on click event has been generated, this will be notified to the listener. This will notify to the listener. So once the listener is notified, the listener has to process the event. In order to process the event, we are going to use a method called onClick, and this onClick method will be present in an interface called onClick. This onClick method will be present in an interface called onClick. Okay. Now inside this, I have written a code. You see that b dot equals button one. What is this button one, students? What is button one? I think we have done here. You see that this is what button one. And let me change the color. Button one. It's nothing but button one is nothing but it's my source object. Okay, I'm passing the source. It's my source. Okay, button is nothing but it's my source. In other words, the source will be passed as an argument to this on click. Okay, to the on click, the source will be passed as an argument. Here I'm checking. V is nothing but it is a button one. V is nothing but your button one. I think you should know that this button one will be passed as an argument for this view. Okay, as I said that every button is a button. Every button is a view. Every button is a view, right? Until you should know about inheritance. Okay, the topmost is view. The topmost is view. Under this view, there will be a subclass called button. A subclass called button, and that's what here it is, nothing else. Okay, as you know that a superclass. What is view? View is a superclass. A superclass can refer to a subclass object, and that's what here the concept is. Okay, but anyhow, my focus is not towards that. But anyhow, you should understand this. View is a superclass. Under this superclass, I'll be having a subclass called button. So this button, I'm going to pass as an argument to this on click. Now I'm going to check in whether v dot equals is button one. Okay, this v is button one. Yes, it is button one because you see that it is nothing but it is your button one. Okay, if it is button on, what I should do, uh, let me pull it 1 second, students, because a lot of things I need to open it. One more thing, can you see my screen, students? I forgot. Yeah, I think you can see my screen. Let me clear all my drawings. 1 second, students. 1 second, students. 1 second. Putting is there here. I'll finish it off. 1 second. Give me time now. See that. Now, if I'm clicking this button one, I'm clicking this button one. What I should do? This one I need to display here. Where I need to display? What is this? This nothing but your text box. I hope so. It is text box. So what is a text box? Okay. In this text box, what you should do? You need to display this button. Okay. Now inside my Java code, what I should do? I need to refer to this text box. After referring to this text box, in this text box, I need to place the value called 1. Okay, how I can do this? And let us see that. So inside my Java code, how I can refer to this text box? Let me scroll up. Sorry, it is edit text. I'm sorry. It is an edit text. Okay, that line is there now. That line. We call this as edit text box. We call this as edit text. Okay, we call this as an edit text. So in my Java code, how I'm trying to refer, I'm going to use find view by ID, that is r.id.text underscore result. I'm trying to refer. Okay, and this entire thing I'm going to store in a object called text result. Okay, so text txt result is an object. Okay, txt result is an object which is referring to this text box. Okay, now in this text box I need to place a value. How to place a value in this text box? So in order to place a value in this text box, what we should do, let me scroll down. Okay, yeah, in order to place the value in this text box, what I should do, I need to use a method called append. I should use a method called append. What is this text result? The text result refers to this line. We have buttons 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, some buttons. Okay, what is this text result? The text result is referring to this text box. Sorry, it is referring to this edit text. In this edit text, what I should do when user is clicking 1, I need to display 1. How we can display 1? I'll be using a method called text result. So text result refers to this text box. In this text box, what I want to do, I want to append a value called 1. So the 1 will be displayed once you click here. Understood this, student? That's what it says. So that's what it says. See, initially source generates event. Source generates event. When it generates event, it will be notified to the listener. It will notify to the listener. It will notify to the listener. What listener has to do? Listener has to process this event. The listener has to process. Listener has to process this event. How is going to process? By using a method called onClick. So inside this onClick method, I've written the corresponding lines. So first I'm checking whether this V, the V is equal to button. Means why I'm checking, let me clear this. See why I'm checking here v dot equals button 1, because I'm having several buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4. How come I know which button the user has clicked? How come I know which button user has clicked? I have several buttons. So in order to identify that, I've used v dot equal. So I'm checking whether which button the user has clicked. So if user has clicked button 1, okay. If in other words, if button 1 has generated an event, then what I should do in this edit text. In this edit text, that's what text result is referring to, edit text. In this edit text, what I should do, I need to append a value called 1. How I'm trying to append? By using a method called append. And inside this append, I've passed a value called 1. So 1 will be displayed. And now similarly, let me clear this strings. Yeah. And similarly, let us assume that user has clicked this button 2. If user has clicked this button 2, I'm checking v dot equals. As I said, this entire button will be passed as an object to this view. Okay, as object is the view. I'm checking whether users click button 2. If users click button 2, what I should do here? I need to append a value called 2. And what I'm doing? Text result dot append means on this text result. What is this text result? Is referring to this edit text. So in this edit text, I'm trying to append a value called 2. I'm going to append a value called 2. Let us assume I have a symbol called plus. Let us assume users click this plus. When users click this plus, probably I'll be having a code at the bottom. And let me erase this. I'll be having a code at the bottom. If users click plus, let me scroll down. My calculator is looking like. Let me go down. Let's have a button. Okay, fine. Now he has done like this. Okay, fine. I got it. Okay, fine. I got it. Yeah. Text. I think code has missed. I think they missed the code student. Okay, the code is missing here. I think code should be missing. Code is missing. So anyhow, actually, it's I think since they cut copy paste, probably they missed the code here. You see that? Add. You see that? Okay. You see that they've registered. You see that button add. You see that? What is this button add? This plus symbol. Okay. This plus symbol refers to button add. Okay. This button add is in your XML document. Okay. So this is in XML document, and this I'm trying to refer in my Java code. How I'm trying to refer? r.id.button_add. Okay. I use find view by ID. Okay. Now this for this button add. Okay. For this button add, what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to set an on-click listener. I'm trying to set an on-click listener. So once I set an on-click listener, what's going to happen? I need to process this event, this plus event. I need to process inside my on-click, right? So, but actually that code has been missing here. It is missed. Code has been missed. Students, the code has been missed, and you can do it. It's not a big deal. So what you should do here, the same thing. Okay, I think let's miss the code. Okay, same thing. What is that? Here is write v dot equals button dot, right? Instead of that, what you should write? You should write the same thing here. You should write it button equal to. Okay, actually, let me do this. So here it's quite simple. Okay, Everything like this, right? So let us assume I've taken for this. Let me take in a new notepad. Let me take a new notepad and let me minimize this. Let me minimize and let me try to share my screen. Yeah, see, it's quite simple. Okay, let me clear all my drawings. It is missed. Actually, it's not a big deal. Okay, now what you should do here. Okay? See that inside is what code I've written. Let us assume the code I'm writing, right? You can compare this code, student. Okay, I'm doing like this, right? Equals button 2. This code, button 2 code, I've written for what? I've written for what? Uh, just some compare to study. I like me do it. See that? I've written this code. You see that? This button 1. This button. How I'm checking? V dot equals. Oh, sorry, it's not button 1. One second. Yeah. Yeah. You see that here. Button 2. Okay. This button I'm checking. V dot equals button 2. This button 2 I'm checking. Okay. If it is button 2, if users click button 2, what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to append 2. Okay. On my edit text, this will be box. This will be box. This will be box. Okay. This will be box. This will be box. This will be box. You just clicked 1. So sorry, he has clicked 2. He has clicked 2. I'm trying to append 2 value. Now, the same code, let us assume he has clicked plus. If he has clicked plus, what I need to do? Let me clear this. Let me clear this. Okay. Let me go to the Java code where he has written plus. Same code you can do. Actually, this program is very easy program. Okay, you see that now the same code you can copy and paste. Now here, now it is button add, right? It's going up. Yeah, now it is button add. So instead of 2, I should write it add. Okay, oh no, sorry, same. The Java is a case sensitive, right? Add. Now text result, what I should do? I should append plus. Plus. I think this block of code is missing. Actually, they missed during cut copy and they are pasting. While pasting, they missed this. For all symbols, they missed it. Okay, the same thing you can write it. Okay, I can write it. You understood, students? And similarly, I have multiplication, subtraction. Okay, you can do it. So for subtraction, what you'll do? The same code, copy it. The same code you can copy it. Result. Now it is a button. You see that I'm having button sub. Okay, button sub. Button sub. Uh, I hope you're understanding. Okay, this is minus. Okay, button add, and this I've used here. If you just click this, what's going to happen? It'll be intimated for this listener. Once it is intimated to the listener, so inside my on click, what I should do? I need to write the corresponding code. So in the corresponding code, what it says, text result dot append plus. So since I've clicked, I'm going to append plus. In case, let us assume that users click button sub. If I click button sub, you see that I was checking v dot equals button sub. And here, I'm sorry, here it should be minus. In case just click, it should be minus. Okay. Now if I click minus, what's going to do? I'm going to append some minus value, right? A corresponding minus will be displayed here. But anyhow, that's not my intention. Now let us assume that users click. Let us assume this is 3. Let us assume users clicked 2 plus 3. Okay, 2 plus 3. And I have an equal to sign. Okay, I have an equal to sign. And users click 2 plus 3. When he click equal to sign, what I should do? I need to calculate 2 plus 3. What is the 2 plus 3? The 2 plus is nothing but is 5. The result should be displayed as 5 in this text box, right? In other words, it has to be erased 2 plus 3. Okay, and I need to get. Sorry. 1 second, sorry. Yeah, I need to get 5 here. When I should get 5? When use this clicking equal to, right? So let me clear my drawings. No, not to clear. Let me pick an eraser. Let me erase all this. Now, let us see inside my code where I've written this equal. You see that? I've written this. Yeah. You see that? Inside my code, you see that I've written. Okay. I've written this button equal. Button equal. Okay. This equal. This button equal is referring to this one. It's referring to this one. Okay. Okay, button equal. Button equal is referring to this object. Now inside my, so now let us see inside my on click. So inside my on click, how I'm trying to display result called 5. Okay, display result called 5. So what I've done, students, I've done 2 plus 3. I've done 2 plus 3, right? Now, listen, this is also a very important method. You need to check it. Okay? Let me scroll down. Let me clear all this stuff so that no more confusion. You see that? Yeah. Let me share only my main screen. Yeah. Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. So this is my text box. It's my edit text. I have a button 1. I have button 2. I have button 2. And let us assume I have a symbol called plus. Plus, and then I have an equal. I have an equal, right? Now I pressed 1, so it prints 1. Then I press plus, it prints plus. And next I click 2, it comes 2. So when I click equal to, it needs to compute 1 plus 2 equal to 3. So as I said, when you click equal to, you see that what I'm trying to check, v dot equals button equal. Yes, this condition is true. If this condition is true, what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to extract. Actually, these are the code goes. I'm trying to extract the value called 1. I'm trying to extract the value called 2. After extracting the value called 1 and 2, see, one more thing, students, when I'm trying to extract the value called 1 and 2, it will be of type string. When I'm trying to extract the value called 1 and 2, the type of 1 will be string, and the type of 2 also will be string. Okay. So in order to perform addition, 1 plus 2, I can't perform additions on string. So that's what I should do. I need to typecast or I need to parse. I need to pass this to either integer or double. So with respect to our code, they're trying to pass it to double. They pass it to double. They pass it to double. So they pass this to double. So why they're taken double, I'm not sure about this. You can pass it to integer also. Once you convert to double, now what I can do, I can perform 1 plus 2. Now the result will be 3. The result will be 3. Result will be 3. And this result will be in the double format. Result will be in the double format. Now this entire result, what I should do, I need to place back inside this text box. So in order to place back the result inside the text box, what you should do, again this double value, you need to typecast to string. You need to typecast to string. So once you typecast to string, and then you need to place the string value inside this edit text box. And these are the logic goes inside the program. Now let me discuss this logic step by step. Now, what I'm trying to do here, students, you see that I written text result. As we know that text result refers to this edit text box. Text result refers to this edit text box. In this text box, what I'm trying to do, I'm using a method called get text. It's nothing but the text which I've entered in this text box, I'm going to extract. In other words, I'm trying to extract a text called 1 plus 2. I'm going to extract a text called 1 plus 2. And the text which I'm trying to extract, I'm converting it to a string. Okay. In other words, this entire 1 plus 2 will be string. This entire 1 plus 2 will be string. This entire 1 plus 2 will be string. Okay. So once I get the string, what I'm trying to do, okay. Actually, it is, okay, here is division is there. But anyhow, students, okay, let us consider division. Actually, everything is same. Okay, let us assume I'm doing 2 by 2. Okay, let us assume it 2 by 2. Let us assume it is 2 by 2. Okay. Now I'm checking this end string. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to store in a variable called data. Okay, and what's the type of data? It is string. Okay, I think that's what you have done. I'm trying to extract the text, and the text what I've extracted, I'm converting to string. So that's nothing but what's the string value? The string value is nothing but it is 2 by 2. Now what I should do in this 2 by 2, I need to extract this 2, I need to extract this 2. How we can extract? In order to extract, first step what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to check whether this data, what is data? This is my data. I'm checking whether this data contains this division symbol, okay, or actually the down to there. I'm checking whether data contains division or whether data contains plus, whether data contains minus. It contains multiplication. Okay, that's what I'll be checking. I'll discuss it at the end. And not so now we came to know that it contains division, right? Data contains, you see that the string contains a symbol called division. Since it contains a division, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to split the data. How I'm trying to split the data? I'm trying to split the data with respect to this division symbol. With respect to division symbol, what I'm trying to split the data. So once I split the data, okay, these two values will be stored in the form of array. These two values will be stored in the form of array. Okay, and what's the name of the array? The name of the array is nothing but is operands. Okay, and as I said that these two values will be in the type of string. These two values will be in the type of string, and that's why you see that the array also is of type string. You may get confused why they're written here. Actually, is one more. I think this is new style of writing arrays in Java. Generally, what you'll do, we'll place array after this variable, right? Generally, we'll place array after the variable. But with respect to Java, this is a new style of writing arrays. Okay, before the variable name, we'll keep this square bracket. The square bracket indicates array. Okay, and this is one more new style of writing arrays. Okay, now next I'm checking operands dot length. What is operands? Is an array. I'm checking the length of the array. The length of array is 2. Okay, you see that what's the length of the array? As I said that this operand contains what is array? This is operand. This is an array. What is the name of the array? It's operands. You see that this array contains two values. First value is 2 and second value is also 2. Okay, see the length is 2. This condition is true. So this condition is true. What I'm trying to do, what is index of this? The index of this array is, this is name of the array is operands. Name of the array is operands. Name of the array is operands. The index 0 I'm having 2 and index 1 I'm having 2. So what's what I'm doing? Operands of 0 means operands of 0 means I'm extracting a value called 2. And what I'm trying to do? This is a string value, and that's what I said. This array is a string, and this string, what I should do? I need to typecast or I need to parse. How I can parse? In order to parse, I'm going to use a method called parse double. I'm going to use a method called parse double. You see the students here, parse is one word and a double is second word. Okay, and that's why you see that D is in uppercase. You see that D is in uppercase. Now, this parse double is a method. Parse double is a method. Parse double is a method which you can find in a class called double. Okay, parse double is a method which you find in a class called double. So that's why they're written as double dot parse double. Okay, I repeat, parse double. Parse double is a name of the method which is present in a class called double, and that's why I written double dot parse double. And now what I'm trying to do, the value 2, I'm trying to convert to double. I'm converting the value to double value, and this double value I'm trying to store in operand 1. And similarly, you see that in operand 1 is in the location I'm having a value called 2. Again, this 2 also what I should do? I should convert to double value. How to convert? I've used double dot parse double, and the entire result I'm trying to store in operand 2. And what is the type of operand? It's nothing but it is double. Now you see that both operand 1 and operand 2 are of type double. Since they are of type double, what I can do? I can perform division. I can perform division. I'm performing operand 1 divided by operand 2. That is, I'm trying to do 2 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2, and the result will be stored in a variable called result. And what's the type of result? The type of result is double. I think because double divided by double, I'll get the result. The type also as double, right? Now once I get the result, okay, once I get the result, what I should do, students? That's what I said. Once I get the result, what I should do? I need to place the result, right? Once I get the result, what I should do? The result I need to place inside this edit text box. How we can place? So text result refer to this edit text box. It refers to the edit text box. In this edit text box, I want to set a new text. I want to set a new text. And what text you want to set? The new text which you want to set, you need to pass as an argument. As that's what I said, students. What is this? The result is nothing but here we have computed result. And what's the type of result? The type of result is double, right? Double. But this set string, this set text is going to take a value as string. It's going to take a value as string. And what is 1? 1 is a double. So that's what you should do. This double, you need to convert to a string value. How we can convert? By using a method called value of. Okay? String dot value of. So when you write string dot value of means I'm trying to convert this double value. Result is a double value, and this double value I'm trying to convert to a string value. and this I'm trying to display in the right students. That's what I've done. Let me clear all my drawings now. This is if this condition is true. Okay, you see that I've used if condition. If this condition is true, this block of code gets executed. If condition is true, this block of code gets executed. If this condition is false, this condition, if condition is false, I'll go to else. I'll go to else block. In else block, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to display a toast message. What is a toast message? I think you know that students. Let us assume this is your Android application. In a light gray color, I don't know if you have noticed or not. In light gray color, like this, you'll get one message. In light background will be gray color. You'll get network issue, or some will get some network problem. We'll get it. I think some toast message. No, that is. Let me show this. Let me browse it. Mm, Let me show in a browser so that you can understand what is toast message. Mm, mm. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah. You see the student here? Let me pick the color. Yeah. You see that? We call this as toast message. This is how a toast message will be displayed in a gray color. You see that? Background gray color, and you'll get a message called toast message. That's what it is, toast message. Okay. The same thing I'm going to here. I'm going to discuss the same thing here also. I'm going to discuss the same thing here also. So if there's any error in this block of code, what we need to do? We need to display toast message. How to display toast message? Here I'm going to use a class called toast. In this class called toast is having a method called make test. And this make test is going to take three arguments. Is the first argument, the second argument, and is the third argument. Okay. The first argument is get base context. Base context means in the application or in the activity. This base context is referred to your activity. What is your activity? Your activity is nothing but your calculator. Your activity is nothing but your calculator. So inside my calculator, I want to display a message called invalid input. Then how much amount of time I want to display this message. You see that I written toast dot length underscore long. The length underscore long indicates that I want to display the toast message for long period of time. I want to display the toast message. What the toast message I want to display? I want to display toast message as invalid input. How much amount of time I want to display? I want to display a little bit a long amount of time, and that's why it is length underscore long. Instead of long, if I write short, if I write short, then toast message will display and immediately it goes. It will come, it will goes. But if I write long, you can easily read the toast message. It will stay for some amount of time, then the toast message will go. Okay, and that's what it is. Now let me clear it. And finally, you see that I written this show. So once you write this show, then only the toast message will be shown on your activity or shown on your application. Okay, the show method is nothing but I want to show this toast message. What toast message you want to show? That is invalid input. This toast message I want to show. In order to show, you need to call a method called show, and that's all. And this long says that toast dot long. That is what actually you should know all these Java concepts. Length underscore long is a variable name. Length underscore long is a constant. Instead of telling variable, it's a constant. It's a constant, and this constant is present inside a class called toast, and that's why you're writing toast dot length underscore long. Okay, as you know that in Java, all constant will write in uppercase. In Java, we write all constant in uppercase. That's what we're doing. Toast dot length underscore long. I think students have finished my discussion. You have any questions? Yeah, I think you see that. And then that's what every code remains same. You see that? Next I'm checking whether my expression. What is my expression? Next I'm checking if it is 2 star 3. If it is 2 star 3. If my expression is having 2 star 3, then what's going to happen? I'm going to split. I'm going to split based on this star. So once I split based on this star, this operand 0 will have this 2, and this next operand 1 will have 3. And that's all, nothing else. That's all. For each and every operation, I'll be writing the same code. You see that the next is plus, the next is plus. Everything is same. Next is 2 plus 3. I'm checking. You see that how I'm checking? It contains, it has, right? I'm trying to split. I'm trying to split based on this code. Actually, he has used a method called pattern.code. But it's up to you. But directly also you can write it. But I know it's not working. I will use write like this, or you can write pattern.quote of plus. Anyway, you can do it, right? That's fine. You can do it like that. Similarly, the entire code remains same. You see the students, the entire code remains same. There's no difference. You see the entire code remains same. Only changes is plus. Here it will be plus, and next here it will be. Oh, I see that. Oh, yeah. You see the students? Yeah, it is at the down. I think you have not noticed. I said it is missed. No, it is not missed. They written this code at the bottom, and that's what I said. You see that? B dot equals button plus, B dot equals sub, it is minus, multiplication up and division is down. They are written at the down. Okay. Um, I hope you understood, students. Now I'm ready to take your questions, students. Any questions you can ask. See, all these buttons, you say button 2, button 3, button 4, everything remains same. Only you see that I'm attending 5. If it is button, if I click button 5, I'm appending 5 to my edit text. If I click button 6, I'm appending the value 6 to my edit text box. And that's all, nothing else. And next you see that inside my code, you see that inside my code, see for button 1, I've registered a listener. And similarly, you see that for button 2, I've registered a listener. Similarly, you see the button 3, I've registered a listener. Button 4, button 5, button 6, you see that's all. Button 7, button 8, button 9. For add, sub, multi, division, for everything, I've registered a listener. And that's all. If you know one block of code, remaining entire code is cut, copy, paste. Just you can do cut, copy, paste. If you write one code, the entire code remains the same. Only one thing you should do is cut, copy, paste. Okay. Only the variable names you have to change it. Button 8. And that's what you see that above they have declared. Previously, I've shown only this. Okay. Comma, button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5, 7, 8. All these things they have declared it. You said everything is of type button. That is button 1, button 2, button 2, button 3. Everything is of type button. We have done with my discussion. You have any questions, you can ask. Or at any point you have not understood, also you can ask, so that I'll try to resolve your doubt. Okay. So this is the edit text box. This is the code for edit text box. The code for edit text. Only for this is different. Okay. It is edit text. Yeah. Yeah. Any questions, students? I'm ready to take your questions.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you have used r.id.text now, sir. So what is that R represent?
R refers to resource. R refers to resource. R refers to resource. See, all IDs. Let me show my XML document. Let me show my XML document. You see the student? It's a good question what you asked. You see that in my XML document for this button. See in my XML document you say I have one button, I have second button, and I have third button. I have 3 buttons. How I can differentiate between these 3 buttons? In other words, let us assume in my class I have Sham. In my class there's a person called Sham. How many Shams are there? The 3 Shams are there. In class there are 3 Shams are there. How I can identify these 3 Shams? I can identify these 3 Shams with respect to USN. Because USN is USN is unique. USN is unique, right? With respect to USN, what I can do uniquely, I can identify Sham. Here also, with respect to an ID, what I can do uniquely, I can identify all the buttons. And all these IDs, that is button underscore clear, button underscore sub, or button underscore add. All these buttons will be present in a file called resource. All these buttons will be present in a file called resource. All these IDs, not buttons, all these IDs will be present in a file called resource. So that's why R refers to, I'm referring to this resource. And in this resource, there is an ID. In this resource, there is an ID. And what's the value of this ID? The value of ID is nothing but it is BTN underscore 1. But with respect to here means it is not BTN1. With respect here is nothing but it is button underscore clear. It's nothing but it is button underscore clear. And this value. I answered your question, student. Is it fine?
Sir.
I don't know who is that.